Alright, here we go. We are back with Wrath of the Righteous. So far, yesterday and last time, the only thing we really had to deal with was the not so random encounter and talking to the what is it? An angel? Not really sure what to classify him as. Like he's like an angel commander. Alright, let's begin. When a demonic army reaches a fort, starts a siege. If the fort falls, all buildings within it will be destroyed, and its level will drop to outpost. It will also lower the army's morale. Yeah, but that's if it falls. Okay, here we go. What the hell? Was it that early? Alright. Let's see. Alright, let's see. My watch goes on. Greetings, champion. Look, the Goldeny man will turn to stone if he doesn't move soon. We need to break this barrier quickly, call up all the court, and attack the demons, otherwise they'll find out that what we're planning and plot all kinds of nasty stuff. Okay. Give me a sec. Right. What do you think of the Sword of Valor? It has changed under the effects of my powers. The herald raises a hand. Do not fret, champion. The great relic given to the world by my Lady Iomade will continue to serve you just as it has served all people before now. The Sword of Valor has not lost its protective properties. It has merely changed its design. Some might call it blasphemous, but not I. For the power that changed the banner's design was given to you by Iomade herself. It seems that I caused the Sword of Valor to change. Blood from the wound on my chest fell onto the banner, and that means this mysterious wound is a mark of valor, given to you by my mistress, setting you apart from all the rest, champion. Are you sure this wound is a gift from Iomade? Do this already? No, I mean, if you follow last, I talked to him. We decided we were going to attack as soon as possible, but I didn't do this part. By the way, hey, Atreus. Alright, let's see. Are you sure this wound is a gift from Iomade? No. I could be mistaken and unable to perceive the full truth. The inheritor's thoughts are hidden from me, for I am but her hand. I do not test her will with my doubts, nor crave answers to my questions. I simply trust and serve. But I know that if your body had been harmed by malevolent fiends, my goddess would have extended her mercy to you and healed you. Why did the goddess bestow this wound on me? Because this world of yours, champion, is bleeding, and my lady's chosen one carries a crimson mark as a sign of the great suffering borne by mortal kind. The scarlet drops on your breast. They are the blood of all the martyrs and all the innocents. That is how I see it. Can you hear me? Defy my lady's will? It pains me, but I must refuse you, champion. If you are suffering from this affliction, it must be part of the inheritor's design. The pain serves to remind you of the path you must take. I have heard you. Do not allow doubt and fear to enter your heart. My lady will not abandon us. Tell me about yourself and your goddess. I will gladly answer any questions. What's it like being the herald of a deity? It is a great honor and a great responsibility. The herald is not always the strongest among a deity's servants, but the herald is always one who embodies the key principles of their faith. This means that I am bound to uphold the highest ideals of Iomade: righteous valor, justice, and honor. This is a tall order, even for an angel, but I cannot falter in my duty, even slightly. Therein lies my service to the goddess and the thousands of her faithful followers. There's a lot going on here in chat. If only you were an evil demon, I wonder what he would say. That's a good question. Does he say, yeah, I don't think he would say the same thing if I was anything evil. If I was a lich, a demon, I think that's it. Like, you can't be a devil this early in the game. So, I think that's the only two options. You could argue an Aeon's could be evil, but they're very much neutral. So, I doubt that. Alright, let's see. What does a herald usually do? I serve as the hand and voice of the goddess, carrying out her will and delivering her message. When her radiance has no tasks for me, I am occupied by the same duties as other warriors of heaven. I keep unfailing watch over the goddess's domain. I escort the souls of the faithful to Pharasma's court, and then on to their waiting afterlife. I also watch over the goddess's chosen, and when the opportunity arises, I descend into hell to engage in honest combat with the devils. It allows me to study their tactics. What is Iomade like? The herald chuckles softly. No doubt you are hoping to hear a tale of her untold divine might, and all she elicits in those around her. Yes, this is true of the inheritor, but it is also true that she seemed much closer and understandable to you than to others, such as myself, for example. Iomade was born an ordinary person in the cursed lands of Cheliax, and traveled a long road before she became the righteous queen of heaven. But she has never forgotten who she was before. You heard that? Gotta get some smokes. Yeah, no problem. I'll see you back when you get back here. There's gonna be a lot of dialogue. Alright. I am older than my lady goddess, much older, and still I bow down before her foresight and wisdom. We immortals who spend much of our time on the outer planes can sometimes struggle to comprehend the pain, fear, and joy that mortals feel. But not Iomade. She is as human as she is divine. Why is Heaven's host not aiding the Crusaders? You could have destroyed the world moon long ago. You cannot imagine how your question fills me with sorrow. My greatest desire since the day the world wound opened was to come here at the head of a light-bringing army and drive out the legions of darkness, to harry them until they were cowering in the farthest corners of the abyss. But alas, we, the first servants of heaven, of the gods, are greatly restricted in what we can do. The Crusades are the mortals' battle for their own world. If I bring angelic forces here, it will become a war between heaven and the abyss. Waves of power, magic incinerating everything within sight. Armies of celestials and demons fighting in every corner of this world. The consequences would be horrific. Remember, everything you have seen up to now has been the work of only 3 demon lords, Descari and Baphomet, who were supported by Nocticula, the mistress of guile. But in the abyss, there are dozens of creatures with similar power. They are disunited and despise one another almost as much as they despise all that is light and righteous. But be sure that they will not miss a chance to sink their teeth into heaven's throat. If all the demon lords marched into Golarion, it would be the stuff of nightmares, and it cannot be allowed to become a reality. If you can't interfere in the course of the crusade, why are you helping me? There's permissible interference, and then there's crossing the line. I was permitted to create the ward stones, and gift them to the Crusaders, to offer my advice, and from time to time even appear on the battlefield myself to accompany several allies. This does not stray beyond the bounds of the mortals' war. I could have been summoned with equal success by a faithful cleric. But the appearance here of heaven's multitudinous host in full force is another matter entirely. Alas, for now I can only offer you this, my presence and a small troop of my loyal soldiers. Thank you for your answers. I am here to illuminate you, champion. I want to talk to you about angels. You have my full attention. How are angels made? Like other supernatural beings, we most often, though not always, are born from the souls of mortals. You must be aware of the grand laws governing the cycle of birth and death. After Pharasma's court, each mortal soul receives their merited afterlife. Hell and the abyss, heaven and Elysium. Each soul goes to the plane that called them in life. But when they arrive at their destination, a different fate awaits each soul. Where evil reigns supreme, souls typically become commodities or prey, and a scant few are reborn as wicked fiends. In the planes of good, souls are destined for peaceful rest, or great deeds in a new guise, such as the lot of angels. We are born from the souls of noble mortals. One soul or several, it can vary. Sometimes the gods can also create angels out of the essence of their plane, but this essence also contains fragments of good souls. Wait, did you just say a small troop of soldiers? Do you get to recruit angels now? Ooh, shit, that'd be awesome! Oh wait, no, I doubt it. No. Maybe if I actually picked the angel mythic path. Maybe. But I doubt it. Let me see. What is the difference between angels and mortals? That is a question for sages and philosophers to debate. I am just a simple warrior. The hand of the inheritor's voice sounds cheerful, but becomes increasingly solemn as he continues. Although many supernatural beings are born from the souls of mortals, we are not mortals. We are cut from the cloth of the plane from which we originate. We are an idea made flesh. Many things mortals care deeply about mean nothing to us, such as time, for instance, or gender. Only a few of my kind see themselves as male or female. For the majority of angels, these words are meaningless. We can communicate with any creature without learning their language, and we do not freeze in even the most terrible frost. We are different, but we will never look down on mortals because of that. And we will never, ever stop praying for you or protecting you. I don't know, with all that you said, that's pretty easy for somebody to become prideful. Alright, let's see. A dying angel appeared before me in the dungeons beneath Canabris. He had left his flaming sword in the rubble there. The hand of the inheritor hangs his head. I can guess who it was. Lario, my long-lost comrade and friend. He disappeared without a trace back in those dark days when the world wound opened its jaws for a second time and swallowed up new lands. I mourn him as bitterly today as I did back then. But I also rejoice that he was able to call to us, to you, across the expanse of time. We lose old allies and gain new ones, and we will not surrender, no matter how great the losses, no matter how deadly the enemy. Alright. Tell me about the Angel Targona, the one I rescued from a Relu's laboratory. Targona, my brave sister in arms, has returned to the halls of heaven now. Her imprisonment was a heavy burden for her. The corrupted wing that the witch Relu rewarded her with is poisoning Targona's day with fear and worry. But she is being cared for by the finest healers in heaven. I have faith and hope that we will be able to help her. Alright. In Canabris, I touched the wardstone and saw the angels trapped inside. The herald of Iomade gives a sigh beneath his helmet. It was a heavy decision for all of us. My mistress sent out a call to take a stand against the demons, and many angels of heaven answered it. We chose the noblest and bravest from among those who volunteered to sacrifice their freedom for the sake of Golarion, and we locked their souls inside the wardstones. They were fated to stand guard there, inside the cold depths of stone, pitting their unbending will against creeping demonic corruption. But alas, the goddess and I failed to account for the weakness that lurks even in the best of us. Time has not been kind to my brothers and sisters. Despair has taken root in their souls, forcing them to act against their goddess and their calling. Thank you for finding a way to preserve the wardstone, despite the fact that many of my brothers and sisters inside abandoned their vigil. I do not condemn them. I do not know if I could have withstood the demonic corruption if had been in their place. The herald shakes his head despondently. Right. Thank you. I found out everything I wanted to know. It has been a pleasure speaking with you, champion. Right? Can you tell me anything about my power? I'm afraid not. Even I am not privy to all the workings of my radiant mistress. I believe that she has chosen you, and I know that she watches over her chosen ones most attentively. She does not lead mortals by the hand, but allows them to prove themselves, to prove that they are worthy of her divine mercy. I am amazed by the form the divine gift has taken within you, but I am often surprised by mortals. What matters most is that you are leading the Crusaders to victory and ridding Golarion of the world wound once and for all. While Iomade was still mortal, she underwent the test of the Starstone and gained her godhood. It may well be that you are experiencing a similar trial, at the end of which you will gain true righteousness and power. And the Starstone is... The Starstone is a unique gemstone meteorite that was part of a massive meteor shower that struck Galarian in negative 5293. This event, known as Earthfall, caused the destruction of many ancient empires, including Azlant, Bassalon, and Colarian, or Coloran. It also created the Inner Sea and ushered in the Age of Darkness. I mean, instead of calling it the Test of the Starstone, you could have called it Earthfall. I know what that is. Whatever. I have to go. Farewell. May Iomede's light be with you. While I would like to rush straight in, I do have to take a rest. Just press R. Should do the trick, but I'm waiting. Alright, there we go. Can I make any new... Yeah, I can. Shield. No, Earthfall and the Test of the Starstone are two separate things entirely. Huh. Alright.
Tiefling boy, are you certain that setting fire to the temple in Dresden will bring about a sudden downpour?
Yep, that's how it works. The gods protect the temple against all fires or something like that. But let me know when you're about to start. You can bet everyone will panic when they see the flames, chucking out all their worldly possessions. Some upstanding citizens gotta keep an eye on them.
That is awful. Usually. Alright. There is an unusual spring in the succubus's step today, and she has a mysterious smile on her lips that you can't recall seeing before. Oh, Desna, something truly miraculous happened to me. If only you knew. Let's see. I hope this is something important. Don't waste my time. Wordlessly raise a brow. Tell me, so I'll know. You're beaming with delight. Yes, I've never been so happy before. I used to, and now I'm... No, wait, this doesn't feel right. Look, I'm... Arushale takes a few deep breaths, trying to calm down. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have barged in like that. We need to talk one-on-one. I'll be waiting for you at the tavern. You can smolder. Why didn't you do it? Smolder? The hell does that mean? No, wait. No, I think I heard of that. Like in, the Jumanji 2 movie. Basically just when you give them a look and look up, you tilt your head upwards. Let's see. The succubus runs off without giving you a chance to say another word. Right. Holrun, greetings to you, Knight Commander. The old Inquisitor stands rigidly at attention. Any traces of his past dislike are now gone, replaced by overt... Oh my god. And we've hit that time, people. I don't even know how to begin to pronounce that. Come on.
Obsequious.
Obedient or attentive to an excessive or servile degree. Oh my god. Okay. Replaced by overt obsequiousness. Sure. That's a hell of a word. Alright. I forgot you kept him alive. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna murder people. And the worst part about Whole Run is he was right about everything. Literally everything. He assumes you're part of a demonic plot, and you are. Like Arilu Vorlesh was behind your whole powers. He suspected the followers of Desna were being visited by a demon, and they were. Like every single thing that everybody said he was just paranoid about, he was actually right all along. God damn, it sucks. Horan Shapak, Prelate of Canabris. I have come here at the Queen's command to be at your disposal. I have reinforcements with me, top-notch fighters from Mindev. Wow, I thought it was going to take them longer than a freaking day. I thought they said it'd take a month. Alright. I have reinforcements with me, top-notch fighters from Mindev. They have been personally vetted by myself for trustworthiness, and every one of them is champing at the bit to fight for the Crusade. In addition, Her Majesty commanded me to bring the Wardstone to you. Now you will have 2 of the goddess's relics in your arsenal, and rightly so, for you saved both of them from the demons. Managed to avert catastrophe without destroying the Wardstone. Yeah. Remind me, who are you? What? But huh? I killed him on my short run? Damn. What bewilders me is that Holrun is an Inquisitor in heavy armor, even though Inquisitors aren't trained in heavy armor usage. As old as he is, I'm pretty sure he could have picked up the feat somewhere down the line. Like, that doesn't surprise me all that much. Alright, let's see. I know who he is, but we'll see what he says anyway. Man, who are you? I am Holron Shapak, Commander, Inquisitor by the grace of Iomade, Prelate of Canabris by the grace of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, against threats from within and without. How are things in Canabris? We are gradually rebuilding. The city is not what it was, of course, but it's no longer a pile of rubble either. God is willing, with time we will restore it to its former glory. The Wardstone? What am I supposed to do with it here? That is for you to decide. The Queen's reasoning was thus. The front line of the war has shifted here to Dresden, so there is little point in keeping our relics gathering dust back at home. Especially since you single-handedly cleansed it of corruption. How did you manage to bring the Wardstone here? It's a huge obelisk. The prelate's eyes gleam. He clearly anticipated your question. For those whose faith is strong, nothing is impossible. Her Majesty taught us a prayer that was given to her by the goddess's herald himself. We began to pray, and Iomade worked a miracle. The massive stone rose up off the ground and floated through the air. We made a solemn procession from Canabris to Dresden, unceasing in our prayers, and the Wardstone followed us in all its splendor. Oh, if only you had seen it. It would have been a sight. Alright. So you admit that the Storyteller and the Desnans were right, and the stone did carry corruption within it? I confess, I failed to see it. Such is the nature of the demonic taint. It can appear anywhere. I believe that the goddess's gift was impervious to it. My faith made me blind. Alas, who among us is without sin? I shall be even more vigilant henceforth. I shouldn't have expelled those blasphemers, but hung them on the rack and questioned them more thoroughly. Oh shit. If they knew so much about the corruption, perhaps I could have uncovered other pockets of sedition. Jesus. I'm sorry. I'll double down next time. God damn it. What are your plans to expel the priests of Desna from Canabris? I executed my plans. The Desnans are gone from the city. Their temple has been seized for the city's use. It is currently serving as an infirmary. But I did not renege on our agreement. Ramian and his hangers-on left the city unharmed. Are you returning to Canabris now? No, Commander. I am part of the reinforcements. The Queen commanded me to remain in Dresden and aid the defense. God damn it. Thank you for the reinforcements. Dismissed. I am ready to carry out your orders, Commander. Any time, day or night. With a vigorous salute, the Inquisitor departs. Grant. How does he show up in a day when they say it'd take at least a month, though? Right. Arabeth looks a little puzzled, but salutes you as protocol demands. Commander, you have a letter from Mendev. It was sent via the Church of Iomade by a trusted courier from the Neurosian archives. It is sealed and signed by Inquisitor Leoter. Oh yeah, the guy investigating Dayring. And I was asked to deliver it to you personally, so that's what I'm doing. Arabeth hands you a sealed scroll. Inquisitor of Iomade, who is investigating mysterious events at the Heaven's Edge estate and who is extremely interested in Dayron Arende's past. Alright, sealed letter. Leoter's letter. Esteemed Knight Commander, I am writing to you regarding the case which you so graciously helped me to investigate. I hasten to inform you that I may have discovered something that will help us finally unravel the mystery of what happened in the place known to us both. It may also help to neutralize the source of this mystery. My current research compels me to take a short trip outside Mendev, but I will return shortly and find you wherever you are at that moment. I urge you not to take any further steps in this regard without me. The danger may be much more serious than both you and I presumed at the beginning. May the gods be with you. Leoter Hawkblade, servant of the people of Mendev and loyal inquisitor of Our Lady Iomade. P.S. It is crucial that he does not suspect a thing. You know who I mean. Alright? Why do you look so puzzled? I know Inquisitor Leoter very well. His nickname is Hawkblade for a reason. He works in the field. He does not deal with paperwork. I was wondering what he was doing in Neurosian in the archives of all places. The most dangerous things the Inquisition can catch there are rats, not witches or cultists. On second thought, I don't want to know. I'm better off staying out of the Inquisition's business. Thank you, Arabeth. You can leave now. The Paladin salutes you again and leaves. Grant. Right. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing new to talk to her about. What about early sunset? Nope, nothing new from him either. Regil. No, nothing new from him. Alright. Talk to Iva? There's nothing new to talk to her about. Alright, manage Crusade options. Alright. The relic will be augmented, faultless daybreak. Alright. And it can turn it into a heavy flail. Just a +3 heavy flail. That's it. The hell's the point of that? Light shield. Okay, this looks like it's got something to it. But then it just says it's a +3 flare. What the hell is this going? What's the point? So I have a legendary artifact, but nothing I turned it into is worth a damn. It's just a +3 of whatever I turn it into. What's the point? Alright, well, I'm planning to eventually, when I turn into a dragon, I'm planning on actually going with the greatsword thing, so I guess I'll go for the scale now. Even if I can't. Yeah, I'll go for the scale now. Because even if I don't use it, someone else could probably use the medium armor. Alright, close. The end of the world. Priests of various faiths are asking the commander to banish the followers of a small sect that believes in the imminent demise of Golarion. These doomsayers scorn the gods with their words and demand that everyone bow down before the inevitable end. Let's see, send the sectarians on suicide missions. Silence them. Permit the sectarians to preach. Reduces morale. Recruitment growth by trainable units increases. No, that's not worth it. Reconcile the sectarians with other priests. How much is energy points worth exactly in this game? Followers of Grotus, heretics. Yeah, they do. It does sound like Grotus. Let me see here. Should I focus on trying to level up one of my ranks here? If I chose the military one, if I chose the military one, I'm guaranteeing that I'd level up the military rank. I'm not inherently evil for doing it. But that's pretty fucked up. I shouldn't just kill people off because it's convenient for me. Let's see. Silencing them is kind of messed up too. I guess just have them reconcile. Alright. Upon hearing what Social, an adept theologian, had to say, the sectarians spoke with the clergy and reached a certain consensus. They agreed to be more discreet. After all, the end of the world is coming either way, so there is no reason to quarrel on its brink. At least they're not followers of Xiphus. Now he's a god that has a weird purpose. Can you tell? Is that even Pathfinder? I don't think I saw that option in character creation. Who or what is Xiphus? Let's see, development of the art of war. No, I gotta upgrade the military anyway. Army. A letter about Kaelessa, hiding the truth about Kaelessa. Let's see, hiding the truth. Let's see, the Winter Council wishes to bury the truth about Kaelessa and the fact that she was turned into a drow by the Dark Fate. The commander's servants can ensure that all traces of her stay in Mendev are concealed. Perhaps the clique of powerful elves will be thankful and see the leader of the Crusade as a potential ally instead of as an enemy. And I get 5 Shadow Dancers. Or, consequently, the elf Kaelessa's last wish was that her friends in Keonan learned of her story. The commander is the only one who can recount its every detail. Kaelessa's friends will be thankful to hear the truth about her fate. 50 marksmen will be recruited at the commander's headquarters. Well, it's not like I'm going to get a lot of Shadow Dancers, so I don't want a scenario where I have, like with the Azada, where 5 Shadow, or like 9 or 10 Shadow Dan, or even 3 of them are like just worthless. So I'm gonna go for the 50 Marksman. Zephyrus is a god I read up upon while researching the anti-paladin class. He's the god of accidental death, and his clerics are the kind to cause such deaths so Zephyrus can absorb them. Is it accidental if you cause... It can't be an accidental death if you cause... What? That doesn't make sense. Did they give a single example as to what they were talking about? Encouraging people to cross the street before looking both ways? Like, what do they do here? How do you do this? If you cause it, it's not an accident. None. Yeah. It's contradicting at best. No wonder people don't focus on worshiping Zephyrus. It's like there's no way to properly make a character that could do that. You're just running around murdering people. Like, if it was about assassination, then sure. Or just mindless slaughter, then I'm sure there's a deity for that too, but a deity focused on accidental death, that could happen, but then how do you worship that? Like, you can't cause an accident. You can only intentionally cause an incident. Zamfara's experiments. Let's see. Zamfara's experiments. The commander came across the notes of Zamfara Vang. The experiments they describe are horrible, inhumane, and intriguing. Zamfara used to submit himself and his victims to metamorphosis in an attempt to become a living swarm united by a single consciousness. The commander can repeat the experiments, but at a very high cost. He will have to expose numerous mortals to painful vivisection, not to mention the fact that the commander himself will be subjected to unbearable suffering. No doubt the horror of the procedure will turn many crusaders away from their leader. Furthermore, there is no certain reward for such a venture, apart from a better understanding of insect nature and the moderate yet questionable gain in power. The knowledge gleaned from the experiment's outcome will have no practical value, not yet at least. Crusade morale reduces by 20, removes units with a total value of 500. That's really fucking dumb. That payoff's gotta be incredible, but still. I just don't see the point. Glory to heroes. Bastion outpost. Sure, upgraded outpost. And Commander's Parade. Can't do it. Something else is being done. Yeah, it's a leadership decree. Wait. Yeah, I should be able to do this. Yeah, issue decree. Go for it. Alright. Everything should start up next day. The payoff better be worth reducing your army strength, right? Hey, I'm curious to see what the swarm that walks eventually looks like, but so far it just seems like you lose to way too much. It's like the extra hard mode game. Right. With all that out the way, though, let's get on out of here. Don't run in a circle. Alright, we'll talk to Arushale, then move on. Hey, he's up and about. Where? So normally they're always back here. No. Did I miss her? I think I noticed a pair of wings. Oh, there she is. Alright, what's up? You have never seen Arushale looking so happy and inspired. She gives you a wide smile. There you are. I can't wait to share my joy with you. Okay? What did you want to tell me? Remember how I told you about Desna leading me onto the path of redemption? I was trying to mock her by corrupting the dreams of mortals, and the great dreamer couldn't tolerate that. She ruined my game and made me spend what seemed like a whole eternity in her realm. I had a lot of time to reflect on my past misdeeds, and when the goddess saw that I had repented, she decided to let me go. I still vividly remember her parting words. And what do you dream about? This riddle weighed on my mind for many years. Demons do not dream when they sleep. We don't have dreams at all. We have desires, and we act on those desires, no matter the cost. How was I supposed to find something to dream about? I have been observing the mortals, trying to understand how it all works, and finally... She takes a deep breath and yells joyfully at the top of her lungs, startling every visitor and earning puzzled looks. I had my very own dream. Okay. So many years of hard work. I almost gave up at one point. But here it is, a dream, a real dream of my very own. I want to show it to you. You don't mind, do you? Arushale offers you her hand. Come, I'll take you to my dream. I can't wait for you to see it. This is probably a bad idea. But I saved, so I'm fine. Give Arushale your hand. Take me to your dream. The succubus reaches for your hand with her burning fingers, and the world around you fades as you are carried somewhere far away. And my character is dead. It's game over. Oh well. Oh, apparently not. Huh. It is cool and quiet in Arushale's dream. The ground is firm beneath your feet, and thin mist curls along the surface. In the soft, eerie light emanating from invisible stars, you see nothing. As you look around, you see nothing and no one except for you and Arushale, and my two animal companions. Nevertheless, the succubus is beaming with joy. There it is, an actual dream, my very first one. Is this what mortals see every night? Does it look like your own dreams? What do you think? Say it looks exactly the same. Looks nothing like my dreams. Why is this place so empty? I could say it looks nothing like my dreams. I'll just be honest. It doesn't. If you say so, well, it's a dream after all. Eventually I will learn to dream. Arushale looks around. Her smile fades a bit. There is nothing to see here right now. Perhaps I was so keen on the idea of having a dream that it made all my other wishes and urges too pale in comparison. Now I have to learn how to dream properly. Arushale catches your eye, cocking her head to the side. Tell me, what do you dream about? Well, Let's see. Victory, glory, power, wealth, peace. Um... Is there a right answer to this? Well, I'll just go based on it. Power. Right. The commander's title alone gives you a lot of power over your people. But what if you want more? Perhaps a royal title would suit you better? I can picture you in a crown quite well. Suddenly, a royal throne appears before you as if by magic. Look, look. Arishule laughs and claps her hands. Now I have a dream as well. And it's not just something I made up. It's so wonderful sharing a dream with you. Alright, do you like your newfound dream? Do you mind me taking a quick look around your dream? Let's go back to the material plane. Do you like your newfound dream? They are the most beautiful thing in the world. This world is mine and mine only. It's a bit empty right now, but I'm learning fast. Alright. Do you mind me taking a quick look around your dream? Of course, feel free to do whatever you like. That's why I brought you here after all. Alright. So the dreams of a demon.
Onwards!
Touching the throne fills your mind with echoes of a jubilant crowd's voices and whispers of court sycophants. I mean, I kind of thought I'd get a throne if I had picked something like, glory. But whatever. Or wealth. Ain't a whole lot here. Alright, I'm done. Alright. Let's go back to the material plane. Let's go. Arishule touches your hand and the dream world begins to fade. Or fade away, whatever. About dreams. Ask Arabeth. The payoff is more flavorful than it is mighty. For instance, you lose any and all mortals following you, no matter who they are. They are replaced by swarms, every single unit. You get clones that do exactly what you do and can self-heal by devouring your fallen foes, but that's it. It sounds like it's kinda unbeatable. You open your eyes. It seems that no time passed in the real world while you were in Arishule's dreams. So that was my dream. I'm happy I was able to show it to you. Arishule looks at you shyly. It is kind of empty right now, but I know how to remedy that. I need to keep learning from mortals, following in their footsteps until I figure out how to forge my own path. Naturally, I wouldn't think about breaking into someone else's dream, as the goddess surely wouldn't forgive that. Perhaps I should ask the people of the city? What if they won't talk to me at all? The succubus seems lost in her thoughts for a moment. Then she smiles at you again. Is there a chance you could help me once more? Ask the city's people what they dream about? They are more likely to open up to you than to me, and I will just follow you silently. They won't even notice me listening in. Well, the purpose is that you become a one-man army, so it should be quite strong, however you lose in versatility. Yeah. I don't know, it's kind of hard to say you lose in versatility, because you could still pick a class that would help offshoot whatever you lose. Though I'm not sure what class you would pick. Alright. Revisit your dream again. I would be more than happy to show it to you when there is something to actually show. Please talk to the city's people about their dreams so that I have something to put into my own. Okay, sure. Be watching you. Alright, so how does that work? Oh, just ask everybody, I guess. Let's see. Nivea, Arabeth, CR, Phi. Forgot who that is. No Horgus, Holrun, Nora. I didn't kill her, so she's available. Nistra, I don't know who that is. Hilor, I think I remember who that is. Rizno, Storyteller, the One-Eyed Devil. Alright. So we'll go after all these folks. Yeah, the thing is, you would only get to play one class, plus custom companions maybe, so you have to choose wisely. Oh yeah, if you're essentially kicking everyone out, that means you kick out the guy that lets you respec your character. I'm not sure if the swarm that walks goes that far in kicking out like everybody, but if it does, then that can be a real problem. Alright. So to talk to the One-Eyed Devil first. Pretty sure he's supposed to be somewhere around here. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Alright. Let's see. I have a question for you. One that might seem strange, but as the commander, I need to know your answer. What do you dream of? When I get rich, I'll retire. I'll go to Taldor and buy a villa by the sea from some broke noble. Maybe even buy their title. I'll surround myself with such luxuries that even ancient Taldan empires will envy me from the afterlife. I'll have a pipe organ in my dining room and have it played while I dine. Oh, and harps, and bells. Out of the corner of your eye you notice movement, but nothing else. Arushale has disguised herself very well to overhear the dreams of the townspeople while remaining unnoticed. Come again. Alright. Well, that's you done. Next up, we'll talk to the Storyteller. End of the Inheritors, right there. There's the Storyteller. Actually, there's a lot of notes that I was supposed to give to the Storyteller that I never did. Before I forget anything else. What does that... That chainmail is just a +3 chain shirt, right? Yeah, it's just a +3 scale mail. Nothing to do with it yet. Alright, Storyteller. Alright, well, let's see. I have a question for you. One that might seem strange. Oh, so he just says the same thing to everyone. Alright, what do you dream of? Oh, I haven't been surprised by a strange question for a long time. Especially not when beside you. I hear the weightless tread of a succubus who has stepped onto the path of redemption. No wonder she wants to know more about mortals and their dreams. Perhaps my dream will disappoint you, child, and still I will answer. Scale mail isn't even good. It's the most basic of medium armors. Yeah, well, my other options was a light shield and a heavy flail, so it's like by process of elimination. That's what I was stuck with. Right. I have to admit, I suffer from insomnia. Every night, as soon as I lie down, the ghosts of those who are remembered and those who are forgotten stand around my bed. The stories I have gathered swarm in my head. My mattress becomes hard like stone and my pillow ice cold. Maybe if I had a softer bed, I would fall asleep quicker. Although, I suppose it's not about the bed. So his answer was a non-answer. Hand over the blood-stained page. I found it in the molten scar. The storyteller cringes and puts his hand on the blood-stained page. His face contorts into a painful grimace, his voice trembling with terror. No, he is here again. That terrible grating voice, the horrific semblance of a face, the monstrous appearance, myriad insects forming a body with 2 arms and 2 legs. He touches me and the disgusting creatures attack my flesh, covering me. They are eating me. They are hungry and will devour everything except my eyes and tongue, so that I can see this damn page, so that I can translate the runes written in the ancient, long-forgotten elven language. And I translate. It hurts so much. I tried to lie to him. I changed the translation. But he saw through my lie. He got angry. Now I am not lying. I'm not. He takes one of the insects from my face and squishes it with his fingers over the inkwell. Then he dips the quill in it and writes with my blood right over the runes. And I continued to dictate. Callistria, when will this be over? Let me die. Zamfara, let me die. The storyteller jerks back his hand, terrified. Oh God, such horrible torture. This poor man was tortured to decrypt my notes. He was so tormented that his suffering became thick like molasses. My mind is drowning in it. My own memories are hidden by these images of horror. I can try to get through to them, but I will need your help. Tell me everything you've seen and heard. I will try to lean on your words to use them as a light in the darkness of my forgotten past. The storyteller takes the blood-stained page carefully, as though handling a dangerous insect. I see a magic shape. There is a force pulsating in the center. You've seen the ritual. Tell me, what was its central point, its magic knot? I don't fucking know. I don't remember. What was it? I probably should have turned this in a long time ago. Let me see. A dead man, they killed the Crusader and conducted a ritual over his corpse. Center of the magic shape was a prisoner. They conducted the ritual over a lava lake. I don't think the lava matters. I guess the part where they killed someone. The storyteller frowns. A dead man? I don't understand. I feel something else. A life. A living soul in the eyes of the whirlwind. I don't understand how one ritual can tie up the energies of death and the abyss. Their currents in the world's ephemera are contra-directional. The storyteller sighs weakly. Forgive me, Commander. I cannot get any further. Everything is vague and unclear. and the screams of the poor lad keep ringing in my ears. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, well, here's the other pages. Let's see. Storyteller carefully takes your find. Yes, you are right. Another piece of evidence from the past I have forgotten. The old elf's expression becomes withdrawn. Thank you. If you find more pages like this, please bring them to me. Maybe by putting them together, I will be able to lift the veil on the mystery surrounding my story. Alright, well, I found plenty. Yeah, it's just the same thing. And I found another. Alright. Oh, here we go. The storyteller clenches the pages you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. It's been 2 years since I started to serve the darkness. She found me in the ivory labyrinth, her gaze piercing through all my protective spells, as if they had been cast by an untrained apprentice rather than the last archmage of Keonan. She is powerful and insidious. She is the perfect assassin. Her name is Nocticula. She invited me to Alushanera, the city of demons in the depths of the abyss, the capital of the Midnight Isles. The Lady in Shadow highly values my ability to remain unnoticed. Kneeling before her throne, I listened to her praise and felt like a child being given a pat on the head for doing some simple chore for the first time. But this is no longer important. Now I serve a demon lord, for this is our agreement. She will help me decrypt the scribbles I copied in the ivory labyrinth. In return, I will serve as her court mage and spy for the next 17 years. Now Illusionera is my home, and Nocticula is my lady in shadow. Okay. Tell me about your life in Illusionera. Of all the places in the abyss, Illusionera is the most civilized. My lady wants to make her capital the face of the abyss, a place travelers from other planes can visit without too much fear. I don't care. I am here only to complete my service, get the promised reward, and return to Galarian. However, strange as it may be, Illusionera's demons treat me honorably. They hate me, sometimes growl at me, but they never attack. I prepared many spells and am ready to use them at any moment, but I've had no reason to yet. I have my own tower in the upper city, not far from my lady's palace. I've strengthened it with protective spells and set golems to guard it. I created a portal to Galarian at the top of the tower, one which only I can use. It will be my escape route if I need to flee urgently. I expect an attack every day, but it never happens. This might sound ridiculous and surprising, but I think the demons of Illusionera respect me. You trusted a demon lord? My lady in shadow has no reason to hide the truth from me. She does not care about my research. She offered me help out of curiosity. I am something of a bizarre pet to her, both funny and useful. The storyteller shakes his head. She offered me help and I agreed. I must thank my lady for her generosity. 17 years of service for translating 17 phrases from Baphomet's labyrinth. A bargain. Please continue. The storyteller stays silent for a short while, as if listening to something. I can't smell anything but sewage. I can hear some demon snores or death rattles. Hidden by a cocoon of spells, I keep invisible watch in a dirty alley in Illusionera's lower city. 2 winged shadows sweep past overhead, and a terrible, stone-splitting shriek rolls like a tide through the streets, but it can't hurt me. I know the ways of this city and have protected myself from Valexia's wild antics. My voluntary partner, a young half-elf named Kenny, or Kiney. I don't know, Kenny is K-E-N, so Kiney? Kini? I don't know. Right. Kini. Yeah, like tiny but with a K. We'll go with that. Kini. Sighs loudly and says yet again, "They are not coming." I shrug just as I have done every time before. "I'm not helping you." Kini frowns and turns away in response. I sneak a look at my friend. His unruly locks fall over his face. Kini carelessly sweeps them out of his eyes, thinking about something. I find myself enjoying his gentle movements and look away embarrassed. Have a little more patience, my friend. Soon our goal will be here. I am sure of it. You mentioned Valexia. Tell me about her. The storyteller answers with reluctant admiration. The maddest succubus of all those born in the abyss. Even my lady in shadow can't but smile upon hearing of the latest mayhem she stirred up just for fun. Surrounded by her 3 succubi friends, known as the Sinners, she flies naked over the city, crushing buildings with her raging screams, grabbing poor passers-by, taking them up in the air, and dashing them down onto the rocks, getting into raging fights with no rhyme or reason. Truly, Valexia is the bane of Alucionera, but also its wild heart. I didn't expect to find out you had a partner. The storyteller's face lights up and a timid smile appears on his lips. I didn't expect it either. Kini is from Golarion, just as I am. He is a thief and a former slave. He escaped from the Cyclopses of the dying empire. Oh, wait. Trust yourself. I met him before I left Golarion for the Abyss. In my old tower. A thief who sought not my life but shelter, a place to spend the night, and protection from his former masters. My charms worked. Kini couldn't get past the ground floor of the tower. That's where I found him, sitting on the floor entangled in my traps, living vines. I freed the hapless thief. I wasn't angry at his intrusion. I was even glad to talk with this restless youth of the short-lived folk. I had no idea how much I had missed companionship. After that, Kini often spent the night in my tower, partaking of my hospitality. Together we lived through the terror of Earthfall, and when the time came, I took him with me to the Abyss. Recently, he has even helped me carry out some of my lady's tasks, those that give him the opportunity to make some money. Huh? Oh, hold on. See, even Nocticula can be good and not harm a mortal. Doesn't that prove that you can bid a Ruchelet without trouble? No. No, it does not. So, sorry it took a while to read this comment, but I will respond to this. There's nothing in what the storyteller is saying that he had relations with Nocticula outside of business. So, no. It would still be very dangerous and very stupid to try to get with a succubus. Don't do it. Alright, now. Does your partner know about your goal to save Golarion? Oh yes, we've discussed my plans many times, sitting at the top of the tower, nursing goblets of warmed wine. Kini shares my love for our dear Golarion, and supports my desire to save its doomed civilizations. The storyteller smiles warmly at the rush of memories. My friend is not like me at all. He is young, hot-tempered, and mischievous. He prefers to act first and deal with the consequences later. Perhaps this is why we get along so well. Opposites attract. Please continue. Finally, my patience is rewarded. I see a slouching demon in rags, so pathetic that even the demon guards of Alucinera would not lay a hand on him out of disgust. But my spell-enhanced vision can't be fooled. I see the incubus Zephorian, the ruler of Alucinera, who answers only to the Lady in Shadow herself. Passing a step away from me, Zephorian stumbles and falls into a puddle of sewage, rousing disdainful chuckles from the few witnesses. But I won't be fooled by this game. Instead, I concentrate, becoming even more focused. My lord, I've discovered this crystal of unknown power on one of the Midnight Isles. Have a look. A hand holding a heart-sized crystal burning with purple flame emerges from under the rags. The incubus's hand is shaking, the skin on his palm slightly smoldering from touching the crystal. The demon's reflection in the puddle of sewage ripples and changes. I don't hear Zephorian talking to his mysterious lord. The incubus hides the purple crystal back under the rags. As you wish, my lord. No. Nocticula knows nothing about these crystals, I am sure. Of course, Lord Sakofbanoff. I wince. I have no desire to stand in the way of a demon lord. And this is... The demon lord Sakofbanoff is the patron of sexual and other hedonistic gratification, seeing the world as his plaything, one that serves up the violence and destruction of which he is especially fond. He is the brother of Nocticula. Okay. So there's a demon lord succubus and a demon lord incubus. Alright. I turn around. You see Kaini. We were able to get evidence of Zephorian's treason. I was right. But my friend is nowhere to be seen. Who is Sakofbanoff? The storyteller cringes. A disgusting demon lord, champion of meanness, debauchery, perversions, and breaker of taboos. He is Nocticula's brother and former lover. Ew. Out of jealousy, he tried in vain to kill my lady, but he remained alive after the attempt. He is driven by fear, shame, and hatred towards his powerful sister. It was a Nehindrian crystal. The storyteller nods slowly. You are right. This is probably one of the first crystals discovered by demons, if not the first one. I'm glad it took demons so long to discover the crystal's true properties. Otherwise, the invasion by the Abyss could have happened much earlier. Please continue. I'm standing at the top of my tower. There's a goblet of warmed wine in my hand. Nocticula was pleased with my raid. Oh no. She won't kill Zephorian on the spot. My lady's punishments are much more sophisticated. Banishing, demotion, even transformation into the pathetic creature the incubus was masquerading as. Nocticula has a lot of choices. I don't care. I've done my part. I sip from my goblet and turn to my friend. Without saying a word, Kaini takes out a rag from under his shirt and shows me the purple crystal wrapped in it. I chuckle. That's where my friend went at the end of the raid. Well, we are going to keep the crystal. I will study its properties in detail and find out if it will help us achieve our goal. Nocticula doesn't have to know that I have the crystal now. Let her look to Zephorian or her demon lord brother for it. I drink from the goblet again and look down. Alucinera lies at the bottom of the tower, like a faithful dog at the feet of its master. I earned respect here. Even the lady in shadow heeds my words. I feel a treacherous smile appear on my lips. Of course, when 17 years have passed, I will return to Golarion. but for now I like my life here. The storyteller is quiet for a long while, thinking about what he saw, then runs his hand over his face, tired. I served a demon lord, and what's more, I liked it. I did not expect this from myself. I was completely different. Different thoughts, desires, motives. What made me change so much? I don't know. The storyteller shakes his head ruefully. Tell me about your work in Illusionera. It's been 2 years since I started to serve the darkness. She found me in the ivory labyrinth, her gaze piercing through all my No, wait, I think I read all this already. Yeah. Yeah, I read all this. Alright, yeah. Okay. Thank you for the stories. Alright. I have to go. Alright. All that's out the way. Let's see. What else we got? We are... Arisno is over here, I believe. And so the journey continues. With all the companion quests, this is among the easiest. I just gotta go from point A to point B and back again. Arisno, what do you dream of? That is a rather strange question indeed, but if it's in order, I will answer. Wait, how do you keep misreading Arisno? It has Ars in it. Oh! Oh shit! I keep messing up the position of the S and the I. Arsenal. All right, I'll get it. I'll get it now. Thanks for calling me out on that. Right. Arsenal. Let's see. That's a rather strange question indeed, but if it's in order, I will answer. There's a saying, one can't win a war and keep their gloves white, yes? I do understand that there isn't much time and energy left for landscaping when you're fighting hordes of demons to death every day, but Abadar knows how I'd love to see Dresden neat and tidy for just one day. No missing cobbles in the street, everything sparkling clean, flower beds blooming, and all the lawns trimmed. Glory and order instead of all this filth. Huh. Alright, who is Hillor? Hillor is this guy, right? No, that's Captain O'Don. Hand of the Inheritor. Hillor. Where the hell is Hillor? Alron, Borges, Sierra, Lady Konomi, Devil, Blacksmith, Woljith, Ulcergarms, is that a weapon? Where's Hillor? God damn it. Okay, so I need help finding Hillor. Alright, who else we got? Nistra. She's right there, so. Right. Apparently I never bothered talking to Nistra before. The knight is holding a slate tablet in her hands. Yeah. It is covered in occult symbols and diagrams. You are not sure what she is calculating, but she is clearly not getting the answer she wants. She mutters curses under her breath, wiping off some of the symbols and writing them anew in chalk. Looking up at her from her calculations, Nistra Flamefinger notices you and sits up ramrod straight. Greetings to you. believe Hilor is the Pathfinder representative. Oh! That's right. Thank you. Okay, so that means he is in the inn. Alright. What do they call you, Nistra Flamefinger? Nistra smiles. She obviously enjoys answering this question. She holds up her hand and flame sparks to life at her fingertips. I am a mage. I do not conduct my experiments in a laboratory, but on the field of battle. That is why the Queen appointed me to lead the Order in this time of war. Tell me about your Order. Most Crusader orders rely on a bastion of steel and blessings from above. We reject neither, but our primary weapon is magic. Mystic spellcasters and researchers of the supernatural gather under our banner. As I understand it, you and Mimir weren't on the best of terms. Whatever terms Sister Mimir and I may have been on has no bearing on this matter. She was always a brilliant scientist, a mediocre knight, and an utterly lackluster leader. The Order's successes, or rather the lack thereof, during her leadership speak for themselves, and as does her outrageous absconding from Canabras. And now to ask, what do you dream of? I have no time for dreaming, Commander. There's a war on. But I suppose... The woman pensively taps her chin. There are several experiments I have always wanted to conduct on plants from the First World. I have heard that they possess unusual properties, but obtaining such plants is difficult, as you can imagine. Alright, I have to go. I am, as always, at your service, Commander. Alright. So then, next up would be the inn. Where's the inn? Artistry? Yeah, here we go. We'll just go from the order top down, from unless I'm right next to somebody else. How long does it take to get there?
I lead, you follow.
All right. Was not expecting so much dialogue. But saying I'm expecting no dialogue in an RPG is a fucking lie. Alright, let's see. What do you dream of? I'd give everything away to see my lovely little girl Lorny. Lori? Luri. Again, one last time. Alright, that's it.
Onward.
That's good. That should have been kind of expected. Alright, who's next? Nora. Well, she's in prison. But Halron's right there, so we'll talk to him first. Oh, there's the Wardstone. Just sitting there. It's so large you can't even get to the top of it. It just clips through the map. Neat. Alright, Halron. The Inquisitor glowers at you from under his bushy gray brows. There are rumors going around that the commander isn't just keeping a demon in his party, but he's also been seen paying court to her. This is idle chatter, I hope. Paying court to her? Of course, it is nothing but idle chatter. Arushale has repented of her sins. I am trying to lead her toward a good moral life. Let's say it's true. What then? You forget yourself, Inquisitor. In Canarbris, you may have been able to stick your nose into others' affairs with impunity, but you're in Dresden now. I am in charge here. Nah, she repented. I'm just trying to help people out. That's all. And not die doing it. A noble aim, but alas, an unattainable one. That demoness is no repenting sinner. Be vigilant, or else she will seduce and corrupt you. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure I asked him all this already. Yeah. He is not saying anything new here. This is all old dialogue. This time you head back. Nope. Alright. What do you dream of? What do I dream of? I suppose there can only be one answer. I dream of seeing every damned cultist burn on a pyre. Every last one of them. It's a pretty shitty dream. One moment, Commander. Tell me, how much do you trust your companions? I do not doubt that your party has proven itself in battle, but several of its members seem highly suspicious to me. Take that half-elf Camellia, for instance. I have no concrete charges to lay against her just yet, but I have very many concerning questions. If you are not opposed, I would very much like to have a chat with her. Too bad. Alright. Damn it. Whatever. I'm pretty sure she's gonna say something about just not liking people. Okay, Nora. Let's see. Come to gloat? No. What do you dream of? I hope a swarm of the Vescavers take over Dresden and feast on your bones. Yeah, that sounds about right. She scoffs at you. I can't believe all these would be positive things to tell people to do and focus on. Oh shit, Horgus Gorm's right there. I still think you should execute her. Yeah, but you want me to execute just about everybody. I mean, at that rate, we can do that on the swarm that walks run. It's here. Alright, let's see. Yeah. What do you dream of? Sighing heavily, the old man's gaze looks over your head into the distance. So many young men and women have laid down their lives in this war. They came here, young and fearless, just to wind up dead. Bringing them all back to life, that's my dream. Wow. Sarah gives you a bright smile. Alright. Not everybody, just any that can be executed. Okay. Alright, what do you dream of? I am well past my prime. I have seen far too much death to be afraid of dying myself. But I don't want to get old. However, if one has enough money, one can bribe time itself. Take Queen Galfrey. I wish I could afford the magic potion she has been using to stay young for over a century. Right. So eternal youth. That's a dream. Alright, let's see. Let's talk about Camellia and her peculiarities. I take it you know about that now too. Horgus sighs heavily. What's the point in discussing it? Go and speak to her. I don't know much about it. A Varsian shaman I hired to help Camellia said she communicates with spirits. Hears their voices or something. Too bad the old woman couldn't help. The voices whispered something to my daughter and she sacrificed the Varisian to them. Right there in the mansion cellar. Horgus wipes the sweat from his forehead. What was I supposed to do? I couldn't throw Camellia out on the street. I couldn't turn her over to the guards. I'm her father, you know. Perhaps help was what she needed. But I didn't wish to make those incidents public. The Gwyrm's honest name mustn't be sullied by scandal. That's why I locked Camellia in the mansion, so she would remain out of the public eye. Who knows when a spirit might whisper something to her? I changed the servants every few months so that they wouldn't discover anything they shouldn't. Sometimes thieves snuck into the mansion, or my guards would catch some bandits attacking my retinue while traveling. The roads in Mendev are not very safe. I turned such people over to Camellia to pacify her spirits. Yeah. It's a dream I'm aspiring to nowadays, eternal youth. To be young forever, childlike even. That would be the dream. Everyone has their focus. Like, I don't know what to say to that. It's a dream. Alright. I'm telling you this now, and it terrifies me. But I didn't have a choice. Camellia says that she's about to get through to the spirits of Sarkoris and learn how to heal the land. Maybe it's nonsense, but what if it isn't? What if it's important? Do I have the right to halt such a crucial endeavor? Horgus stops and casts a suspicious glance at you. Don't forget that I'm only telling you this because you found out our secret. If there's a trial or a scandal, I'll deny everything. I will not let anyone disgrace the honored name of the Gwyrms. I have to go. That's pretty messed up. Right, who the hell is Phi? Alright, well, before I worry about that, I know that the other two are inside the Citadel. Who's Phi? FYE. Who's Phi supposed to be? I'll guess it later. Let's see. Is that the guy in charge of the half measuring? Alright, let's see. Anivia. During the fight in the Ivory Sanctum, one of the cultists escaped. Her name is Zenadra. Do you know where I can find her? I got an idea and no reports either. Or I got no idea and no reports either. Although, when you think about it, where would you expect one of Baphomet's cultists to hide? I bet anything she's hiding somewhere right under our noses. Besides, those demon-worshipping creeps just love desecrating holy sites. I'd search for her at a nearby shrine if I were you. Alright. What do you dream of? What else could I desire when I have my Beth? Anivia thinks for a moment, smiling, then looks over your shoulder and gives a cheeky wink. Arushale, quit hiding. You put the commander up to this, didn't you? Feeling shy, are we? Fine, I'll act like I never saw you. So, Commander, war's no place to be thinking about wants. Needs, yes, not desires. But when the war is over, you mean, then we'll have a chance to think about something other than just surviving. To learn something other than fighting, you know? When I was really little, I would always hang around the kitchen whenever the cook was getting in the fresh bread out of the oven. Big steaming loaves that smelt so good. Maybe it's stupid, but I keep thinking, when the war's over, I'm going to build a big stone oven in my house and learn how to bake bread just like that. Right. Vi is easy to miss because you don't often interact with him, but you have met him before. He's the Tavern Keeper. Oh, okay, yeah. Got it. Right. Arabeth, what do you dream of? I don't keep secrets from you, Commander. I used to think reclaiming Dresden was a hopeless dream, but now, thanks to you, even winning this war seems possible. Still, the victory is our common cause, the dream of the entire Crusade forces. My personal dream is more modest. Putting an end to Baphomet's Templars once and for all. To prevent them from invading our ranks and poisoning the minds of our warriors with their deceit. Rearmament is another thing we'd do well to pursue. Our armor falls into disrepair at an alarming rate, and our warriors' blades are barely sharp enough to pierce the skin of the weakest demons. I understand that Mendev's coffers aren't bottomless, but if we can't order ready-made weapons, I'd be glad to get half a ton of cold iron. Wait, are we still dreaming? A ton of adamantine, then. Or two. That would be enough for... The paladin is busy doing calculations. You can barely discern a whisper. The Templars, the weapons, adamantine. So many wishes at once. Alright, that's it. Alright. Let's go to the Tavern Keeper. Thankfully, I can just warp over to his place. To the streets. Borrowed dreams. No. Half measure town. Five, the Tavern Keeper. The hell? She's a half-orc, alright. Wait, I can't ask him? Alright, bulk selling. If I can't bother him about that, I might as well sell all this extra crap I'm not using. I'm not using all these +1 Earthbreakers. Or the spears. Might keep that. So the headband of intelligence. These. All these +3 bucklers. Rapiers. +2 leather armor. +2 chain shirts. Mithril chain shirt. Camilla, do you have something like that? A +2 mithril chain shirt. Does it do anything else? No, it's just a +2. Alright, sell all this. Goggles of Malocho. Is this what you were talking about? Yeah, the +10 competence bonus to perception. I can afford this. I don't think there's anything else I'd want from him. Still, that's more than enough. See, whenever the wearer confirms a critical hit with any bow, the target becomes disoriented for 1d4 rounds, suffering a -4 circumstance penalty to initiative, attack rolls, athletics, and perception checks. Neat. The Orc Double Axe is a pretty cool weapon, honestly, but you'd have to respect for it since it's a double weapon. I'm tempted, but for now I'm going to focus on getting the... Let's reorganize from oldest to newest. Alright, let's give the goggles over to Ruchelet. Alright. Weird. And then Camellia can take that mithril chain shirt, as it's just a flat upgrade. Let's see, does anyone need an upgrade? I have a +2 ring of protection. Let's see if anyone else can use that. So far it's looking like a no. Oh wait, no, here we go. There. Alright. Aside from that, there's also the fact that everybody leveled up earlier. Thankfully, there's not much to have to worry about here. Crit focus. To be honest, Camellia should be wearing leather armor with her dex score. That's a good point. But I don't have any light armor that allows her to get the full use out of a +7 dex bonus. I did have that +2 leather armor from earlier, but that only went up to +6. Still, it probably would have been better. No. It would have been a 4. No. The leather armor only goes up to 4 and a +6 dex bonus, so... No, this is still better than that. So yeah, right now I'm working with the best I can. Alright. Woljif, level up. Padded armor then. But good padded armor is hard to find. Yeah, if I wanted to focus on like magic items, I'd have to go for... What's that build called? I'd have to go for maybe the Trickster Mythic Path. I think they're the ones that get the most use out of magic items. Alright, you get to dominate person. And feeble mind. Awesome. Darren, level up. Greater spell focus of conjuration. Sure, why not? Shield of Dawn. Raise Dead. Blade Barrier. Socio. Whatever. Greater spell focus of enchantments. Alright. Regil. Hell Knights. Yeah, it would have to be Trickster. But you'd have to redo half your run to change that. Yeah, fuck that. Improve critical with the gnome hooked hammer. Last Grey Boar. Level up. Slayer. Quick focus. There we go. Right. For whatever reason, it's not letting me talk to Vi about his dreams. Oh well. So, let's see. Talk to her to see how this all affected her dreams.
Head on.
Well, actually, no. We're pretty much at that time, so we are going to find out how that changed tomorrow. Yeah, you were just in time. Yeah, I literally didn't check. That's good. We're here. I asked some of the city's people about their dreams. Is this enough for you? Yes, you can't even imagine how many new dreams I have in there now. Let's go. I want to show you everything I've got. The succubus once again takes you by the hand to bring you into the dream realm. In hindsight, I don't think I'll be able to get through all this. So, what we're going to do, we are going to stop for today, and I will be back on tomorrow with more Wrath of the Righteous in the evening. Thanks everybody who stopped by, and again, so we'll be back tomorrow. And until then, take care.